As Sigmar's forces pushed ever deeper into the untamed wilderness of the mortal realms, his warriors, most notably those spearheads of his chosen warriors, the Stormcast Eternals, found themselves beset at every twist and turn. One such expedition, having pushed deep within the tangled woods of the realms of beasts, searching for an ancient chaos shrine their Lord Relictor was to sanctify and cleanse, is where we begin our tale. Little did they know, as they approached their target, mischievous and vindictive eyes stared at them from the forest depths. The Gloomspite Gitz had made their home underneath the forest in vast mazes of caves beneath the roots of these ancient twisting woods. The Stormcast had walked right into their territory, and now a border war was to be fought in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Our battle plan today is going to be from the First Blood battle pack, and it's going to be called Border War. This is pretty simple. We have the objectives on the map as shown, and each player will score victory points at the end of each of their turns as follows. You score 2 victory points if you control at least one objective, another 2 if you control 2 objectives, and another 2 if you control more objectives than your opponent. Each turn you'll also score 4 victory points if you completed your battle tactic for the turn. The twist with this particular scenario is you score 2 additional victory points if you control the objective in enemy territory, and if there is an underdog, they'll score 1 additional point for each objective they control that is within both territories. The battle will last for 4 battle rounds, and glorious victory will simply be the player with the most victory points at the end of the game wins. If players are tied, it'll be the player who has a surviving general that the opponent does not have one. And if both players are tied on victory points and both have either surviving generals or both their generals are slain, the battle will be a draw. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with the Gloomspite Gitz. I'm going to be playing with the Trogherd subfaction, which gives some healing to my Troggoths. My first regiment will be led by my Loon Boss, who is my general, has the heroic trait the Clammy Hand for some extra rally rolls, and the artifact of power the Clammy Cow, which makes him -1 to hit. Unit wise, we have the Gobblepalooza, Moon Clan Stabbers, Moon Clan Shooters, and a unit of Boingrot Bounders that have been reinforced. For auxiliary units, I have a single unit of Rockgut Troggoths as well. Stephen will be playing with the Stormcast Eternals. He's playing with Thunderhead Host. This can give him a few buffs if he can get one of his units that is not from the Warrior Chamber next to his Warrior Chamber units. His hero is a Lord Imperator, and this is going to be his general in his first regiment. Heroic traits, you have Staunch Defender here, which is going to give some extra objective control, and the artifact of power, the Quicksilver Draft, for a once per game first strike. Unit-wise, he has a unit of Vindictors, Annihilators, and Praetors, and then also has a Knight Vexillor as a hero that can join this particular character's regiment. For auxiliary units, Stephen then has a Lord Relictor for a Priest, and also has a unit of Vanguard Hunters which will provide that buff for the Thunderhead Host. And so we are all deployed on the table. I've got my Rockgut Troggoths down. We've then got the Shooters and Stabbers in the middle with the Gobblepalooza and my Loon Boss, who's my general. We've then got the Boingrot Bounders on the other flank, and of course the Loon Shrine deployed there. Now on the other side of the table, it's looking a bit better for the Stormcast. We have the Knight Vexillor and the Vindictors in the centre, and the Vanguard Hunters on the flank. They have marked as their hunter target the unit of Rockgut Troggoths. However, the Stormcast do have a bunch of units up in the heavens. They've got the Praetors, the Lord Imperator, Annihilators, and the Lord Relictor. Today's video is sponsored by Easy Roller Dice. Fantastic quality, easily legible dice that make your games quick and easy. Easy Roller Dice also sell other accessories for your dice, like dice trays, cases, bags, and cups as well. Use the code Sinful Gaming to get 20% off your next order and help support this store and the channel. And so the Gloomspite Gitz did finish deploying first, so they're going to declare to give the first turn to the Stormcast Eternals. And so, battle tactic wise for the first round, Stephen has elected to go with Seize the Centre. Let's have some deep striking Stormcast, so he should be able to get that one. And so, with that said, there's no other start of command phase or command phase abilities, so we're going to go into movement. And so, movement-wise for the Stormcast Eternals, Stephen has brought down all of his reserves onto the objective and in the centre of the table to complete his battle tactic. units at the back of the field did run up, and you've made a run as well with your Vanguard Hunters, getting them just in range of the Troggoths, who are now going to redeploy. Troggoths can redeploy d6 inches for 2. And so those Troggoths do move back out of range for your shooting. So that is that for movements. And so, end of the movement phase as well, you do have Blazing Impact. However, the only thing in range is the Loon Shrine, so might as well, on 2+, try to do some damage to it. So we'll deal 2 damage. And so, end of the Stormcast turn, as they've got no charges, they've got no shooting now that I redeployed back out of range. You do, however, control 1, 2, 3, which means 1, 2 more for the objectives. And you got your battle tactic as well, so that means you will score 10 points at the end of round 1. And so, battle tactic wise for the Gloomspite Gitz, I'm going to go attack on 2 fronts. I have to control 2 objectives. I didn't at the beginning of my turn, and one of them had to have been controlled by my enemy. And so, I think we know which 2 I'm going to go for. We're going to go with the Gobberpalooza next, using their Gobberpalooza No-Wants ability. So first of all, they need to roll a 3+. They do not. Great. Alrighty, and then the Gobberpalooza can attempt to cast 1 spell. I'm going to go for the Hand of Gork next. So 2d6, that is an 8. That will see the spell cast. And so with that, my shooters have teleported to the other side of the battlefield via a giant green orcish hand. And that will be the end of my hero phase, so we'll go into movements. And so, end of my movement phase, Stephen did make a redeploy with the Vindictors just to get them another inch back over there. And so, we're going to go to shooting next. Alright, and so onto shooting. We are going to shoot with the shooters there into your Vindictors. So, this is half of my shots to begin with. We hit on 4s. The second lot, after getting 9 hits, this will take us to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ah, love it. And so we'll need 5s to wound now with the shooters. 1, 2, 3. And so 3+ save. Nope, nothing goes through. Next, the Troggoths will go with Throw-in Boulders, so they need 5s to hit, however, with Throw-in Boulders, which they get 2 hits. Okay. 2s to wound, because they are giant rocks coming on your head, so 2 wounds. These are Ren 2 on the Vanguard Hunters. So 5 up saves then. Pass 1, fail 1, it is D3 damage for just 1. Alright, so Stephen is then going to declare a command point, and he's going to use covering fire. So this is going to pick the Vanguard Hunters. They now must shoot the nearest target to them. However, they do suffer a -1 to hit. That is negated because the Troggoths are their hunted target. So they'll be hitting on their base stat. Alright, so forced to hit then with your attacks from the Vanguard Hunters. 4s to wound. So, Troggoths do have a 4+ save. They fail both, but they also have Ward 5+, pass 1 to take a wound. And so, my first charge will be with the Troggoths. They're going to roll 2d6, and they will get in with a 10. We're then going to charge with the Boingrot Bounders and the Stabbers. So, we'll go with the Boingrot Bounders first. So, Boingrot Bounders get a 10 as well. And the Stabbers after them will get a 3. Which I'll spend a CP to reroll into a 5. And so, yeah, they'll actually fail the Stabbers, so it will just be the, what are they, Boingrot Bounders that get in. So after I've completed that charge, Stephen is going to declare his Brace for Impact ability. He rolls a dice for each model of the unit, wanting a 6 here. I saw one almost appear there. No, it doesn't go off. If that did go off, he would have given me Always Strikes Last. And so, after I've done my charges, Stephen is also going to declare counter charge with the Praetors here. So, let's see if they can get in. They can. So, it should have done the impact with the Squigs. It has to go on the Annihilator, so we'll see whether we can get it off. A 6, that'll be 3 mortal damage on the Annihilators. So I'm going to choose to use all out attack here. And so we will be hitting on 3s with the Poken Lancers. And then wounding on 4s. So 3-up save on the remaining 2 Annihilators as -1 from my Rens. So the Vanguard Hunters are going to attack the Troggoths. They're 2s to hit because I am the hunted target, so 2s. 1 miss. And then 3s to wound. That'll be just another, another one. So 4-up save for the Troggoths. I still am in the table quarter with my Light of the Bad Runes, so be 4s. Failed 4. Then these will be 5-up wards. Fail 3. That'll leave 1 Troggoth on health. Alrighty, so the Troggoths are going to hit on 4s. That will be 3 hits. But wounding on 2s. That will be all 3 to wound. So these are Ren -2. So 3 5-up saves now thanks to the Ren 2. Pass 1, fail 2. They are 3 damage a pop. So it'll be 6 damage. So the Vanguard Hunters take a walloping from the Troggoth. Next though, you've got just your remaining fights over here. Alright, Praetors fighting first. So they have 10 attacks between them. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 4. 6-up saves the Boygrots. I passed 2, but 2 do go down. And then the Lord Relictor is going to fight. So, hitting on 3s. Will be 2 hits. And so, he does have crit auto wound the Relictor. So, these are Ren 1s. These are 6-ups. I passed neither. That's another 2 dead. So, end of the round. I am going to score 1 objective, 2 objectives, and get the 3rd to have more because I control that by a single point over there. I'm also going to, because I now control both of them, completed my battle tactic. So I get the 10 points for round 1 as well. Alrighty, so priority for turn 2. I got a 6. You got a 6. That means it goes back to the person not on the double. So you can choose to take the turn if you want, or give it away. And so Stephen has selected to take the turn for turn 2. He'll choose his battle tactic. For battle tactic, Stephen has gone with Slay the Entourage. He's picked the unit of Boingrot Bounders to be the target for it. And so, Hero Phase, you do have prayers to do this time. Alrighty, so your priest is also going to do a chanting roll. So, he's 2, so he gets 3 points. Alright, and so at the end of your command phase, I'm going to spend a command point for Magical Intervention. This is going to allow me to cast a spell as if it were my hero phase. However, I am -1 to cast this. Alright, so I am going to try and do Summon the Scuttletide. I do need a 7 in order to cast this on the off turn, and I got the 7, so it's going off. And so there we have the Scuttletide out. So next we'll go into movement. Come back after all that's done. And so end of movement for the Stormcast. You have just kept your Vanguard Hunters in there. You've moved your Vindictors and Knight Vexilla over towards my shooters. And you also did use your once per game ability of Heaven Sent to bring back 2 Annihilators down on the table. I am going to spend another command point for a redeploy. Redeploy will be on the shooters, who will get to move 5 inches. And so I did just retreat the shooters back there, making quite a decent charge for your units now. Shooting wise, you've got your 2 dudes here that can shoot in combat. Alrighty, so next you've got your Vanguard Hunters shooting their hunted targets. They get +1 to hit. So this does mean the shooting combat ability will be on 3s to hit. And so 4s to wound then against the Trogs. 2. 2, so these will be both of them failing.
Rend 1, damage 1.
And so 5 up, board, both failing. Alrighty, so first charge is going to be your Vindictors. They need quite a big charge to get in here. That is anything but. And so the Annihilators are then going to charge instead. They'll have a 9 needed. There's an 8. That is not enough. Spending a CP to re-roll that. So Steve will spend a command point, a re-roll. You need that 9. That's a 2 and 3. Wow. No, unfortunately, they're not making it in this round. Your Lord Imperator is going to charge. Just to note, the Griffhound is actually where he is. Just makes the model easier to stand there. He gets an 8. And then after that, I will spend my last 2 command points. I am going to go with a counter charge here with the Stabbers. And so Stabbers charging. 6, that'll get him in. And so we make our charge like so. It'll be on to fights next. Right, so beginning of combat, the Lord Imperator is going to announce the use of his Quicksilver Draft to get strikes first. He's also going to go all out attack, so he'll be hitting on 2s. Of course, there's a 1 in there. Wounding on 3s. Just 1, wow. Rend 1.
Rend 1, damage 2.
So 6, and I pass it as well. And so next, you are going to pick the first unit for the round of combat, and so it'll be the Praetors hitting on 3s. And 3s to wound. And so 6 up saves, pass 1, that'll be all of them wiped. Troggoth will go next. They will have 4s to hit for nothing. Wow. So I'm done. So the round after Pyre was in, he was just inside 3 inch and going to attack the Grots. 3s to hit. Crit auto wound ability though, we'll see 1 auto wound. That'll go through, and then 2 needing 3s to wound. So 3, -1, and 6 up saves. I save 1, take 4 damage, so 4 die. And so I am going to go with all out attack on the Grots. So this means I'll hit on 3s. You're going to go all out defense. I'm putting everything into those Praetors. 5s to wound, however, the big downside of Grots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 up saves on those Praetors. 1 is cocked. 2 wounds. Lastly, the Vanguard hunkers into the Troggoth. 2s to hit in combat, because I'm your prey target, so 1 miss. And 3s to wound. Just the 1. We'll pass it immediately. And so, end of the Stormcast turn. You are just going to control the 1 objective this round, unfortunately. You will score your battle tactics, so that will be 6 points for the Stormcast. Alright, the Gobblepalooza will then go with their know-whats. That is not going to go off again. Absolutely useless. Alrighty, I'm then going to go with Sneaky Distraction from the Gobblepalooza. I need a 7 to cast. It does not go off. And so, also during my hero phase, I have chosen to take their land as my battle tactic. This is the end of movement, what it all looks like. Just moved up the few units I have. So we'll now go into shooting. And so my shooters are going to target your Knight Vexillor. I'm going to use all out attack. This will take me back to my 4s to hit. And 5s to wound. Will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. So 9, 3+ saves on the Vexillor. 1, 2, 3 wounds he takes. Charge-wise, we are going to go with the Loon Boss charging. With a 9. Alrighty, so I'm going to have my Loon Boss attack next, and the start of the... At the start of the fight phase, Stephen is going to elect all-out defense into those Praetors. So the Loon Boss hits on 4s. 3 hits. Wound on 4s for 2. These will be Rend 1, so these go back to your 3+ save. So 2, 3 plus saves. Fail 1, it'll be damage D3. For 3, that'll take Praetor down, pass over those 2 wounds you've already got. After that, I'll use the Let's Get Stabbing reaction, which allows the unit of Moonclan Grots next to him to immediately attack next. They'll be spending my last command point for all-out attack, and going into the Praetors as well. And so, these Stabbers will be hitting on 3s. And so, we are going to need 5s to wound, however. So, 7 2 plus saves on the Praetors. And you pass all of them. So, 5 attacks with your Vanguard Hunters into the Trogos. We'll hit on 3s in combat. Wounding on 3s. 2. We'll save both. No, we'll not. They'll both fail. And 5 up wards. Pass 1, take a wound. Trogos, so they hit on 4s. Can they smack them back this time? Looking much better. 2s to wound. 3 -2, so these will be 5 up saves. No, that'll be 6 damage and take them out. Alright, so the Praetors are going to attack, and just realised we forgot their Soulforge Guard ability. Stephen rolled the dice, he saved one of them on a ward save. So there's still 2 alive, but one of them is a little bit healthier. So they are attacking the Grots, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. 2 at -1, so 2 6 up saves. Failed both, that's 4. Alright, next we've got these 2 Stormcast Eternals characters, the Relictor and the Imperaton. We're just going to roll them together. They're exactly the same stats. They need 3s to hit, 3s to wound. So it'll be 3 all day because you've got these crit auto wounds over here. 6s, save none. So end of turn, I'm going to use my Loon Shrine to bring back 5 of my Born Grot Bounders. End of the turn for the Gloomspite Gitz. I don't actually control this one anymore. You will, because you've also got the bonus from having your general there, and he gets +3 to a control score, and then +3 to everyone controlling the same objective as him. So you will take that. So I'm going to get 1 and 2. I do, however, get my battle tactic for controlling the terrain over there. So I'll get 6 points. I'll get 8 points, sorry. Battle tactics are worth 4. We're still remembering how many points everything's worth now.
Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well.
Alrighty, so it is priority for turn 3. For the Gloomspite, I got a 4. Stephen for the Stormcast got a 4. I went last again, so that means you guys
first again.
Yeah, you're going to take the turn again. This does enable us both to get battle tactics this round. So, yeah, let's see who can go. Alright, so for your battle tactic, you're going to go with 2 not waver. You have to have 2 units fight this round, and you can't lose any whole units. So, after that, you've got your priest doing his prayer, so 5, 6 points, so that will take you up to 9. Alright, you're going to activate the banner here. You can heal D3 on your model. So 1, so you get a wound back. Now at the end of your hero phase, I am going to spend a command point for counter spell. I'm going to attempt to cast the Hand of Gork. With a 10, I certainly will. So we have teleported up the Trogos to the back of the table. And so, movement. Alrighty, and so after movement, you've had your Vindictors move up. Your Annihilators did run down there, so they've moved in order 6. Sort of give me a potential worry about what I'm going to do over there.
But we'll go into shooting. It doesn't exist anymore for you. So we'll go into charges. Right, so Stephen's not declared any charges. After that, I'm going to declare a counter charge. I'm going to be charging with the Borngrot Bounders. So let's see how far we can go for 4. So after they charge, they've got Bounding Impact. They're going to put this into the Praetors for 2 mortals, which will take down a Praetor. So you've only got 1. No, you do have a ward, so 2 5-up wards required. Past 1. Praetors are then going to punch, so you are going to have all-out attack. I've gone for all-out defense, so hitting on 2s. 3s to wound. All of them. 5-up saves thanks to all-out defense. I passed 4. Still take 3. Alright, next we have the Borngrots who are going to punch back at those Praetors. Hitting on 4s. Just 2 from their Poken Lancers. Wounding on 4s. 2 at -1. 4+ saves. Fail 1, that is 2 damage, so 5-up wards. Fail 1, that will see 1 down now. Oh no, they were both 5s. My bad. No. And 6 attacks, hitting on 4s from the Fang-filled Gobs. Just 3. And winning on 3s, all 3 this time. These are -1, so 3 at -1. 3 4-up saves. Failed 2. 5-ups. Failed both. Next is the Imperator attacking. Going into the Grot. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Crit auto wound there. 2 other hits, wounding on 3s. So 3. These will be, do have all that defense still active, so these will be 5-up saves. Which sorry, no, not all of defense on them, that's the Grots. They'll see 6 dead. My Loon Boss is then going to attack the Praetor. So, 4s to hit. He hits once, wow. 4 to wounds, I do wound, -1, so 4-up save. Saved. Then the Relictor into the Borngrots, 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That'll be 1 crit auto wounds and 1 other needing a 3 to wound. So 2. 5-ups, because of all that defense, I pass neither, and that's the Borngrot's gone as well. And so, end of Stormcast turn, they will control the objective over here, you will control the objective up here, and you'll have completed your battle tech by having 2 units fight and no units perish. And so, battle tactic wise, I'm going to go slay the Entourage. I am trying to kill that Praetor. I am going to go with some magic. We're going to try Hand of Gork. Will not go off. Stephen is going to counterspell, trying to do a prayer. So let's see. Get another 4 points. And with that, Stephen's going to use a translocation off turn to move the Praetor away, pretty much meaning my battle tactic will not be getting completed this round. So we go to movement. Alrighty, so having to change targets of what I'm going to try and kill. We've moved my unit there, and now we are going to start shooting. The 2 Troggoths are going to throw boulders at the Vexillor. They do need 6s to hit with this. Nothing. The Archers will then be going into the Vexillor as well. They need 5s to hit. And 5s to wound. So it'll just be 2. 2 3-up saves on the Vexillor. Takes another. So that is the first wound on him because he did heal at the top of this turn as well. So that shooting, I've got charges to do now. Troggoths are going in. And they're going to try and squish him. 9. And so the big if here on a 4+. are you going to get your unit rather to have strikes first? So, no. Alright, Trogoth's smash. We're using our last command point for all-out attack.
All that defense.
Yep. Meaning I go to 3s to hit. I will get 3 hits. 2s to wound. 3 wounds. He's at Ren -2, so this means with your all-out defense, he'll be at a 4+ save. So 4+ saves. He gets squished because that is 6 damage. And so your Relictor is going to attack the Loon Boss. So 3s to hit. That is nothing, an automatic wound, so saved. Alright, so Loon Boss will be hitting on 4s. And that will be just 2 hits. And wounding on 3s will get both through. So 2 at -1 on your Relictor, so 2 4-ups. He'll take D3 for 1. And so Vindictus fighting back. You're using all-out attack, so 2s to hit. And then 3s to wound. And so 6-up saves on the Trogoths, past 1. And then 5-up wards, past none, that'll be 3 wounds. Alrighty, so end of my turn. I am going to score my 1-2 objectives and I've completed my battle tactic for Slay the Entourage. So, we are going to go into priority. Priority for turn 4, I got a 2, Stephen got a 4. So, Stephen is going to give me the turn. There is a big reason for this. I'm not going to get to pick a battle tactic because I'm on the double now. So we'll go into my hero phase. I'm going to go with magic first of all. And we are going to go with... We're going to go with trying to cast Spore Maws. And that will not cast, which is annoying. So we'll try the Loon Boss has his ability on a 2+ to give himself +1 of wound. And with that, that's my hero phase, unless you've got anything.
I'm going to try and...
Yep, you're going to try and chant.
Chant?
Yep, so D6 for your chanting roll.
6.
7. And so you've translocated the Lord Imperator down to snatch the objective off me. Annoying. So... movement time for the Gloomspite Gitz. And so my movement phase, I've had to run the Gobblepalooza down here. We've moved the endless the spiders there, and the grots have moved up. We are now done movements. And so no things from Stephen at the movement. I'm going to go a charge with the grots up the top there during the charge phase. Oh, I'm going to have to spend the CP to re-roll that. 5. So the grots do get in, but your Lord Imperator is going to declare a counter charge. So he's in. Alright, so we're going to go first. The Scuttletide is going to attack. 8 attacks, hitting on 4s. Crit mortal. None of those, unfortunately, are crit mortals. 5 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 3. So 3+ saves on the Vindictus from the Scuttletide. 1 will go down because of that. Right, your Vindictors are next, and they're putting all their attacks into the grots. So 3s to hit. And 3s to kill. Maybe 6. The Gobblepalooza are going to attack the Lord Imperator. They hit on 4s. Will be 2 hits. Wound on 4s. 1, -1 on him. A 4-up save. Saved it. Relictor will hit on 4s because he is -1 to hit thanks to the Clammy Cowl. So 4s to hit. But 2 auto hit. So you got 1 3+ to wound.
You put 3.
3 to make. 3 at -1. So these are 5s. I pass none, that is 6 damage, and that'll see the Loon Boss down. 4s to hit. Give my little shivs. And 5s to
One of
wound.
them was a 2.
Yeah. And 5s to wound. Just 2 of them. 2 saves and Vindictors. 3 ups. I've saved Lord Imperator into the Goblapalooza. 4 attacks. And that'll be 2 auto wounds and 2 hits. So 2 3 ups. That'll be all of them. -1, yeah?
Yep.
Then I've got the Trogs left. Just 1 hit. 1 wound, -2. So this will be a 5-up save. Nope, another one goes down and another one takes a wound because 3 damage. And so at the end of the round, I will control 1, 2 more. So it'll get me 6, but I will get the bonus 2 points for controlling the 1 from the twist. So that 1 lone grot gets me that. So 8 points to me. And so, bottom of the game, Stormcast Eternals, you're going to go take their lands, you're going to try and control the terrain feature down here. And so, I'm going to try and chant with your priest, yep. 6. And so, we translocate over to there. Alright, so this is what we look like after movement. This objective, while up there, is pretty irrelevant on the stand of things. So we'll go into charges because really that's most important. This guy, we've worked out the up and down. It is a 9-inch charge for the Relictor to get in. No, you're going to spend 1 of your CP to re-roll that. And that is a 9. And so, combat, that literally doesn't matter now. If you wipe me here, you will win the game. So I'm guessing going with one of your 2 characters, the Relictor, the dude who's wounded first, I guess.
Yep.
Alright, so the Relictor is then going to go an all-out attack, so 3s. 6 will be an auto. Sorry, 2s, not 3s. So 1 auto, and then 3s to wound. So 3. They are rend 1, so they go. I've got a 6-up ward. 6 damage coming through, 6s. I save 1, that is 5. And so my action, I mean, Spiteful, we're going to kill your Vindictors. I'm going to go with the Trogos. They're going to all out attack because why not? And 1 hit, wow. Wounds though, they wound on 2, so -2, 5 up. Saved. Alrighty, well, we can call it there then. That is the game. And so, end of the game, because you'll score 1, 2 more. This is worth an extra 2 points. And you were the underdog in that round, so that means they're both worth an extra point as well to you. And you'll complete your battle tactic for 14 points. Which means the end result will be 38-34 in favour of the Stormcast Eternals.